it's time to start talking about the 450 Bushmaster.
Yeah, speaking of a gun that's kind of different from all the rest.
Yeah. 450 Bushmaster is quite around. Quite around. It was created right here in Holly, Michigan.
Right. By
a couple friends of mine. And they did a great job of it. It wasn't originally called the 450 Bushmaster. But Jake
started off life as the 45 Professional.
Yes, it did. And it
was kind of the dream of them to have a large 45 caliber round that will fire out of an AR-15.
Exactly.
And I figure it's the most popular platform in the world, basically, at this time.
Well, and it's certainly for our armed forces.
Correct.
And the money in the armed forces is if you can provide something that they need, and in secondary it doubles over as a civilian gun, but if you can provide something the military needs, you're doing good. You're a successful manufacturer. So, a couple guys down in Holly, Tim Legender and T.C. White, worked this gun up and made it work. They made 2 prototypes and got the ball rolling. It was slightly modified by the Bushmaster and Hornady teams and turned it into the 450 Bushmaster. But their platform is what it is. Now, it is, like Jake says, it's based on Colonel Jeff Cooper's thought of having a thumper, a large caliber gun that could easily take down game or enemy anywhere on this planet. And they did it. So the Bushmaster pushes a 260 grain bullet, 45 caliber bullet, 260 grain. So that's a big gun. It has a velocity of about 2,180 feet per second, but the energy level is almost 3,000 foot-pounds of energy, 2,743 foot-pounds of energy. So that's it. That is a thumper. Okay, that one shakes the ground.
A lot faster than my 44.
Well, yeah, it's got about 2,000 more foot-pounds of energy than your 44 Magnum does. So when you look at it that way, that's an incredibly powerful weapon. I was told by the original guys that built it, it was designed to stop vehicles, to stop. Actually, the Coast Guard wanted it right off the bat as an anti-boat motor gun for a shoulder-fired weapon from helicopters when they're chasing the drug guys across the Gulf of Mexico and such,
right,
and around our coasts.
Boat motor, it'll go through the boat.
motorboat. So it has certainly done that, and the Coast Guard did snatch it up quickly. Now, from the factory, the 450 Bushmaster comes with 2 different barrel lengths, and it does make a bit of a difference as far as your trajectory and your aiming, because you got a 4-inch difference, a 16-inch and a 20-inch. 16-inch would be your short carbine or your short carbine style, and the 20-inch is your full-length rifle. And again, this is back to Jacob's. How did you say it? MSA?
Yeah, Modern Sporting Arms.
Modern Sporting Arms. Okay. Now, they have free-floating uppers, which is very common in these guns, ventilated, so that when you're out shooting a lot, you've got some air ventilating around that forearm.
And it's all aluminum.
Yes, it's all machined aluminum. Good guns.
And it also comes with that flat top receiver. There's no rear sight. There's no forward sight.
Right.
It's intended for you to place your own optics, your sights, whatever you want on this gun
night
specifically.
Vision.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know.
Night vision. But it has that standard A2 stock on the rear end too. It's not a collapsible one.
Not a collapsible, but a solid A2 stock. Now, with your Bushmasters, I've always admired Bushmasters. Good guns. I've owned several of them. So, and that was the platform that's originally built by was Bushmaster, and the ventilated forearms and that knurled front forearm is perfect combination. The only thing you want to watch is when you're out in the sun with this gun for a long time and you pick it up to shoot it, it will absorb heat. It ventilates heat from the barrel, but remember, these black guns, when you get out in the sun, they absorb heat. So think about a different color. You can have it Dur-coated or anything, any color you want, but think about a different color. But if you don't mind having them black, go for it. So this guy comes right from the factory with a hard case, manual. It has a chamber flag, which means when you got your gun, if you've never heard of a chamber flag, when you got your gun sitting there and you got it on your bench, and you want to make sure the chamber's clear. Once you make sure your chamber's clear, you drop your chamber flag in it. Its little orange tag sticks up out of the receiver,
Yep.
so that you know there's nothing in there. It comes with a sling and a 5-round magazine. And people say, 5-round magazine? Well, it's the 450 Bushmaster. It's not like you need a 30-round mag. It does the trick.
Yeah.
Add up the foot-pounds of energy. It's quite a bit different than the smaller shoulder-fired weapons.
Well, if the 16-inch has an MSRP of $1,484,
And that's brand new MSRP.
it's brand new, and the 20-inch has an MSRP of $1,500.
Okay.
So there's not much of a price difference there in the barrel lengths.
Now,
but it's
now, Remington and Bushmaster are sister companies now.
correct. They're all owned by Cerebus.
So-
or Freedom
Arms Group.
now.
Okay. So that has opened up the possibilities. If you're
That's why Marlin is also owned by them.
Yeah.
I think maybe Smith & Wesson is owned by them now.
I don't remember. And I don't pay that much attention to that stuff because I'm
just looking at who's coming out. You'll see that with a lot of the same rifles are coming out in all the brands.
Oh yeah, yeah. Kind of like how GM had,
the GMC, the Chevrolet,
right.
the Chevy Traverse, the Envoys, the Trailblazers, all that stuff.
Same thing. All right, so most of these guns have got the bells and whistles. They do slight variations between the two,
And the Remingtons are all covered in mossy oak camo,
which is nice. I mean, I'm and on that note, I am looking for a Remington AR-30. Okay, the 30 AR. I'm looking for one of those. If you got one, let me know. Go ahead. I got that out. That's one of those guns I'm looking for. It's a 30 AR.
Well, this all the Remingtons in 450 have an 18-inch barrel.
Yes.
And it's chrome moly lined.
Mm-hmm.
And I kind of found that interesting how maybe they deemed the 18-inch to be better for hunting.
Maybe,
And then, the Bushmaster has a 20 or a 16.
Remington has designed this with the mossy oak to be a hunting gun.
Right.
That's specifically a hunting gun.
But it's still got the same look.
Yes, it does.
It's that aluminum fore-end. It's got a fluted barrel, though.
Yes. Might have lightened it up a little
So
bit.
maybe that 18-inch fluted barrel is the same as the 16-inch. You never know.
I don't know. Oh, it's 18 inches. Probably going to give you just a little bit more velocity out of that round.
Right. It's the flat top receiver, but this one comes with a 4-round magazine.
Some states that's a limitation, so
Right.
that's kind of smart.
And the MSRP for the Remington R15 in 450 Bushmaster is $1,631.
Wow. Okay. Well, they are really, really nice looking guns, and all these shows now showing all these hog hunting. And on the Sportsman Channel and stuff, hog hunting has become tremendously popular, and this is a tremendously popular hog hunting gun.
Mm-hmm.
Stopping power, to say the least.
And we're going to kind of talk a little bit more about that and some of the ammo available when we come back from commercial break.